I'm joined by the India's eminent corporate lawyer, Mr. Mukesh Butani. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Sir, I want to start this interaction by asking you in terms of what do you make of the current dispute resolution framework? What progress we have made and where exactly do we stand?
See, I think clearly there is a shift from the traditional forms of dispute resolution, which is Commissioner Appeals Tribunal and High Courts, to the non-traditional, which means that for transfer pricing cases, taxpayers want to resort to bilateral advance pricing agreement. For suspected cases where they want a determination and certainty, they want to go to authority on advance ruling. And for international tax cases, the mutual agreement procedure has emerged as one of the most formidable forms of dispute resolution. So clearly, I see a shift both for domestic and international tax related disputes from traditional to non traditional forms.
So, talking about the dispute resolution framework only, going forward in the backdrop of the new e-assessment scheme or the faceless scrutiny, how hopeful you are that the things would move on?
Well, the proof of pudding is in eating, so we need to wait and see whether disputes actually go down. But based on the views that are being expressed and the confidence with which the policy framers are talking about, seems to suggest that the disputes will go down. Now, there is a lot of evidence at this point in time to suggest that the disputes could go down, simply because what's happening is that the cases that are getting selected for scrutiny are now further getting filtered for e-assessment. The e-assessment scheme really has three stages, starting with the verification stage, and depending on the complexity of the case and depending on the quality of responses that have been given by taxpayers who are subjected to the e-assessment notice, you really are getting from the verification stage to the real assessment stage. The second aspect, a unique feature about the e-assessment is that though the department knows to whom the e-assessment notices are being issued, the taxpayers do not know that. And when the cases move from verification to the assessment stage, the taxpayers are supposed to be engaging with the department over a video conference, and there is virtually no face-to-face interaction between the tax inspector. So, of course, the larger underlying objective of the government is to prevent any form of unethical practices prevalent in the department. But I think I would say that I'm confident and optimistic that the e-assessment will result in reduction in the overall litigation that we are currently seeing.
Uh, Apart from the e-assessment framework, are there any possible measures on the anvil you expect from the government to unveil, especially to address the issue of litigation?
Well, I think there are two aspects that people are looking forward to as a part of the new direct taxes code. One is a mechanism for settlement of cases. As you know, on the current regime, you cannot settle a case and you keep on arguing it. And the second mechanism is to be able to go beyond settlement and look at a compromise. And in a way, both the concepts of settlement and compromise are one and the same thing. But I think this is one part of it. The second part of it is that government being the largest litigant and the complaint about that is something that the government is aware of, and I think that the government will be more diligent in terms of choosing cases where they have to dispute. So I think both these measures put together will, in my view, is something that we would expect in the new code.